So we made it down here to Jim Bollinger's shop, and he's DoRight Fabrication over on YouTube. And we're gonna go ahead and take a little walk around his shop and let you guys see what he's got here. We just had a lot of fun. We went off-roading and did some mud and been riding around the trails out there, having a good time. So I wanted to go ahead and introduce you guys to Jim. A lot of you guys know who Jim is, but if you don't, you need to make sure that you go to his channel and check him out as well. So Jim, say hello to everybody.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. Welcome to the shop.
All right. Well, we're going to give them a little tour. I just want to give a walk through and see. This is the perspective that most people don't get to see of your shop right here.
As you can see, there's
his setup right there for his.
It's all homemade.
He's usually right up here doing his welding, but he's got a nice little shop set up here. So we'll just do a real quickie little walk around. You've got a lot of Lincoln welders.
Yep. I'm pretty much a tried and true Lincoln guy.
Yeah, he is the Lincoln guy, and Jim's also the one that gave me my Lincoln welding hoods and welding jacket and the gloves. Yep.
It's not that the blue guys make a bad machine or that the red guys make the perfect machine. I'm of no evil thought processes either way. I just look at the reality of the company that supports the guy that's got the welding machine in his hand doing the welding. Mm-hmm. And Lincoln's really impressed me, supporting me in different endeavors and a lot of other people that I know.
That's great, man. They're a good company, and I know that they reach out to a lot of folks and help them out, and we enjoy seeing them across the channels there.
So I got my big Aspect 375 Tig water-cooled Tig Welder. I've got a little 210 MP, V205, another MIG, a little plasma down there.
Okay.
And then as far as welding machine goes, over there in the back of the shop, I've got a 350 MP, which is a multi-process pulse MIG, and a C300 with a Python push-pull gun when I used to do a lot of aluminum work.
Okay.
Those are kind of not used so much anymore now that I'm home here in the shop more, not out in the field doing tank work, but I'm hanging on to them for a while until I decide to let them go. It's hard to let go here.
Yep, I understand.
Machines. Of all people, you know that about your welding machine, right?
Yep, that's right. Well, you've got your welding table right here. You got a nice set of clamps. I like the height of the table there. You've got it.
You're tall like me, and you got
it set up so that you're not having to like bend over to do your work. Everything's right here at a very good height. So that's very cool.
Well, I'm just a little bit taller than you, and you get that. You know, I'm not a whole lot taller. We're fairly close in size, and it's very backbreaking after hours being over a workbench. So when I made this, I intentionally made it high.
Yep. Yeah, very cool. Well, what else you got here behind you, man?
I'm a big fan of Ellis equipment. A lot of folks already know that. It's an Ellis belt grinder, so I got different grits belt here. And it's essentially like a regular hard wheel grinder, but you use a belt to grind with.
Okay.
An Ellis drill press. Probably of the drill presses that are made now, this is an American assembled product by American company. Some of the parts are foundered over across the pond in different places, believe it or not. But it's a power feed, VFD driven power feed. It's got 2-speed power feed on it. You know, it's a really, really good drill press for the money for what you get now. A lot of stuff you get's just garbage. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And I use it mainly just for punching holes through things. You know, it's not precision.
Yep.
Sometimes you just need a hole.
Cool, Mr. Big Wrench there.
Yeah, when I worked at the city working on fire trucks, the guys there, that's what they used to call me, Mr. Big Wrench, and they found that wrench somewhere and gave it to me. So I've always brought it along with me every shop I've had.
I like your adult supervision hours there.
Well, what I try to point out to people is realize that there's almost never any adult supervision in the shop, which means you do realize we just went out mudding. Right?
That's right. That's what I'm saying. We're out goofing off, man. There's nobody around here.
It's about having a good time. And then you see my American Rotary.
Yeah.
They've been a great company. Not only sponsor my channel, but great to a lot of other YouTubers, making things possible for guys that couldn't normally do that on their own. Toolbox here is all mechanics tools. It's just all the stuff that we would normally use.
Yep.
And then
hand tools.
This is mainly set up with, you know, fixturing, milling cutters, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. All right. Nice Gerstner tool chest that he acquired.
Yeah, people seen that on Keith Rucker's channel.
Yeah.
He called me and said, "Hey, this is on Craigslist. You need to go look at it." And well, enough said.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
A
Awesome.
lot of story behind that.
No matter who had it or where it come from, these are just awesome chests, and they have a lot of history to them.
Yeah, I've left all the old history in it. I kind of like it that way.
Yep. Yep.
This is full of a lot of, some of this is YouTube camera stuff, and then the rest is machining.
Yeah.
Where big jobs, I can pull it in front of the mill or the lathe.
He's got a pile of tooling right there that I brought him and give him from some of that auction stuff and some couple of Edge Technology tools that he will appreciate.
Oh, I already do appreciate them very much.
Yeah.
Other people have seen this on other channels, guys that have come to visit, but machinist that was one of the machinists for Walt Disney World. He passed away, and his widow sold me all of his tool chest with his machinist tools, and so I've left his name on it. And he was, you know, if you go to the Magic Kingdom, a lot of the rides you might be riding on a part that guy made as a machinist, but he had a quite an old collection of old tools, all, you know, Brown and Sharp Starrett old stuff.
That's cool, man.
So this
Awesome.
this is exactly like he had it, minus this box, which is just drill bits.
Okay.
Those are just drill bits in there. This is exactly how I got it. I left it the way he had it. I like it. It's functional for me.
Cool.
This is my mill, Pro Mill. The Acra mill that Tom Lipton has. This is basically the same mill he has. It's not nearly as nice as his mill, of course. But
power feed on all 3 axes.
yeah, power feed. I added the power feed to it.
Yeah, those are sweet.
Cranking that thing.
Yeah. Now this is one of the auction score vices that I got at the auction, and he hit me up and wanted to make a deal on one, so I brought it down here to him.
He made me a real fair deal on it, and you know, it's got a few little booger marks in it, but that just lets you know it was used, and it's probably right. You stoned it for me. So
I did. I used the precision stones and stoned it top and bottom, and I did bring him a set of hard jaws right here that go in there, and I stoned those as well.
So the reason I wanted 2 vices is a lot of times I want to be able to leave a setup on one side and move back and forth, just move the table, and not have to keep resetting up my vise over and over and over, because I do that occasionally.
Yeah.
So it saves me a little bit of time having that. Plus, the Kurt needs to be rebuilt. It's got a few little issues here.
Been well used.
It's well loved.
Yeah. That's the other 2.
Yeah, the C300 and the 350 MP.
Okay.
Empire blast cabinet.
Yep.
And a Trenco extractor. We live.
That's the dust unit right there. Yep. That was like we had that on ours. You know, this is just a little smaller than the one we had.
So the one that came with this machine went bad, and they wanted like $1,000 for the electric motor or some ridiculous number, and I'm like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Looked on Craigslist and found this, which is like 4 times too big, with all brand new filters in it. It's a Trenco.
Yeah.
And basically for $300.
Cool. A good deal there. I like your
one of the
cutout
most,
there.
thanks. One of the most important things.
Got the American flag.
So
Your wife coming back from 4-wheeling.
He actually had to put his seatbelt on with both.
Hey, are you in sport mode?
yeah.
You're in the fun.
All right, I had to go switch cameras because my memory card was full on the other one. So we'll go ahead and finish out our little shop tour with Jim here using the different camera. So we were over here. You got all your hardware, I assume, in all of these bins.
Yeah, so one of the things with that I really struggle with, we're about 15-20 minutes from the closest hardware store.
Yeah.
So you need a bolt, you know, you got to stop the project, close everything up, and spend 40 minutes going to get what you need. So I try to keep it fairly well stocked. My cabinets are starting to kind of die on me. They're giving out. They're not expensive cabinets, but they've served me well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look to, like you guys, to start.
It's a nice
finding-
setup though, man.
It is.
Yeah.
They're just the metal's giving out on them. They weren't, well, they're Chinese, you know. This is my little cream puff. Still one of my favorites for a lot of different reasons, but this is a Dual bandsaw, and it's known as the Meteorite Dual, because if you look on here, one of the things that you can cut is meteorite. It's
No kidding.
yeah, it tells you meteorites right there.
That's pretty cool, man.
So if you want to cut petrified wood or meteorite, so a lot of people refer to this vintage as the meteorite version.
That's
19
awesome.
This one's a 1957, not the original color, but I think it's kind of that sexy 1957, you know, the two-tone kind of look going. So I'm gonna leave it. I like it the way it is. Everything works on it. Blade welder, blade grinder, hydraulic power feed. It's got an air compressor to blow your chip. Everything works on it.
Cool.
I'm stoked about this.
That's a nice piece.
This Keith Rugger was just using this a minute ago. This is my iron worker. Functional but not pretty. We're fixing to build that water tower here.
Yeah.
I'm going to build a 30-foot water tower, 1,000-gallon water tower. I'm going to build the whole thing right here on this iron worker. So
Sweet.
stay tuned to the channel for that.
All
We've
right.
got all the prints for it.
Is that that's a punch in the back there? Hole punch right here?
Yep. So it's got a punch,
Yeah.
a 3-inch angle shear, so you can do angle up to 3-inch, and then a regular shear here.
Okay. Cool.
Is that
Awesome. Well, we got one more left over here, and that is going to be your lathe. Looks to be a 16-inch Republic.
Yep, it's a Republic Lagoon. This is one of the good Republic Lagoons, or the better ones. This was Japanese made, back when Japan was making all the really good precision tools. I bought it.
Little shameless promotion there.
Hey, I'll promote him, but I'm gonna do this.
There you go.
Apparently,
Steve
apparently Stephen Cox has hidden a bunch of stickers all over the shop. I just can't wait to find them all. And when I bought this, it had about 5 blown up gears in the transmission, and it took me a while to get all the gears. One of them is no longer in production. I had to have it made. Pretty complicated gear because it's a metric pitch.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't have the hob for it. But everything functions now.
You got a 2-speed motor, huh?
2-speed motor, 2-speed gearbox.
Nice.
So it gives me basically 4 speeds.
Yeah, that's how my Victor is set up. It's got a 2-speed motor on it. Okay.
You know,
Looks like a nice machine to me.
Dale Derry was actually down here, and we took the apron off it. And he says he looked it over. He says, believe it or not, she looks like you drug her behind a truck, but it's still pretty right.
Yeah.
I can hold a couple thou on it.
And no problem for a good old country boy farmer that has to fix all of your own equipment, huh?
We do fix a lot of busted stuff around here.
Yeah.
Not all of it makes it on YouTube. A lot of times it's just get it done.
Yeah, you gotta
turn
get it
out,
done.
Get it back.
Well, I think that's going to be about it for the shop tour. What do you think? Is there anything else that you want to show them?
Well, I can show them for hours around
Yeah.
this place.
He's got a beautiful piece of property here. Actually, how much acreage do you have?
I own 20, and then I lease another 80, which a lot of it's swamp, but it's perfect for my kids because it's unbuildable land. It gives
Yeah.
them a place to go build tree forts, shoot BB guns, ride 4-wheelers, which
That's what we've been out here doing. Yeah, we were out there in that pasture riding around, which is where your wife is at now, looks like riding. But that's awesome, you know, having the kids where they can grow up and they can ride 4-wheelers, dirt bikes, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Go out there, you got a pond, they can go fishing at, and you got all that property out there. I mean, I wish when I was growing up that we had access to that too.
Well, we did, but it was usually the lot across the street, you know, that we weren't allowed to be
Yeah.
in. But we snuck over there into
Yeah.
Palmettos or here Palmettos and built forts. And
Yeah.
so I grew up doing that. I wanted the same for my kids, you know.
Yeah, that's cool, man. They're gonna have a lot of good memories when they get older and they're adults. They're gonna be thinking back to all them days out here riding their 4-wheelers and building forts and playing in the woods and all that stuff.
Well, now you think that I'm the devil because I make them sweep the shop floor and take
yeah.
the trash out. They're like, "Oh, you're the worst dad ever."
You got to do it, man.
Oh, I know.
You got to do it. It's
They won't remember that when they're old. Though. I remember
Well.
the time I fell out of the tree and broke my arm.
Uh-huh.
You remember
Yeah.
though, don't you?
Yeah.
You remember those? I still remember that kind of stuff.
Yep, exactly. Man, that's awesome. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and sign off from here because, yeah, you do have a lot of stuff. And, you know, I just wanted to give the viewers of my channel, you know, a good little preview of what you got around here. So make sure you go check them out over at DoRight Fabrication. All right.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Adam's channel because guys like him and Mr. Pete and Keith, you guys inspire me to get out here and build something cool. Oh wait, that's Dale Derry's, isn't
That's
it?
Dale Derry's.
Done
You
that,
still
did I
in the
mention?
lines?
Huh? I'm still. Sorry, Dale. What are they doing out there?
Are they drinking?
There's no drinking.
All right, we're going to get out of here.
Take care, you
We'll see
guys.
you guys on the next video.
Bye bye.